Hamas and pro-Palestinian propagandists in Gaza love to use the blood of their own children in their marketing campaign of hate. Is the world so blind to the strategies and goals of Hamas that you can't even realize that Hamas controls all the information coming out of Gaza and they've already been caught in their lie? Children are dying, but they want them to die. It's heartbreaking to see this content, but that's why they put it out there, because they know they don't need to say anything. All they need to do is present to you the children that have tragically died in Gaza, for you to be convinced of their wicked war that they wish to wage on Israel, to use their own people, especially their children. Obviously, you claim to care about the Palestinian children, but you didn't care about them when Hamas was turning them into jihadists from a young age. You claim to care about these children now that they're presenting to you their dead bodies, but you didn't care about them when Hamas was stealing billions of dollars of aid money that should have went towards schools and hospitals and universities and opportunities for these children to have a better future, and not a future that is driven by the same generational hate that the leaders of Hamas are pouring out into this world. You claim to care about these children now, but you don't care about Egypt blocking their own borders to prevent Palestinians from leaving. You claim to care about these children, but you don't care that Hamas rules over them with an iron fist. You're a hypocrite. You only care now because Hamas has allowed them to be the martyrs of their marketing campaign. Now you care. Now you're being convinced to care. Now your eyes can only see the micro story that Hamas wants to create for you, so that you can't see the macro event that they're trying to achieve. They need their own people's blood to be spilt so that they can convince you and justify to you their wicked war that is to come. The Islamic regime in Iran is open and public about their desire to destroy the nation of Israel. They are funding Hamas. They are controlling Hamas. They are using the Palestinian people as pawns so that they can wage war on the nation of Israel, and you are buying into it. And I can understand why it's hard not to, because all they're showing you is children over and over again. They want you to believe the lie. The very first lie in the Torah is from the serpent. He enters into the garden and he deceptively convinces Eve of a false truth. There's elements of the truth. He'll present elements of the truth. I'm not denying the fact that Palestinian children are dying. I'm not denying that. It breaks my heart. But I'm telling you, the people responsible for that are the people that are using them as human shields. The devil comes and presents elements of truth. But what he's really giving to you is a wicked lie, so that you will consume this content and be filled with rage to hate Jewish people. That's exactly what they want. This is exactly what they want. They want a war. Hamas wants a war. Hezbollah wants a war. And ultimately, the Islamic regime wants a war to destroy the nation of Israel. This is what they want. Why? Because the Islamic regime wants to create its own caliphate. It wants to be the Islamic power that overcame the strongest military in the Middle East. The only military, the only nation that the Islamic world couldn't conquer, it couldn't defeat. The Arab nations that surround Israel couldn't beat them in 1948. They couldn't beat them in 1967. They couldn't beat them in 1973. And the Islamic regime wants to beat and destroy Israel. But before it can wage war on this nation, before it can publicly declare war on this nation, it quietly works through Hamas and using the Palestinian people as pawns to convince you of the war that they want to come. That's the macro. But right now, they're keeping you in the micro. They're going to keep showing you tragic images and short clips to convince you of a war. Mark my words, if people don't wake up, if people don't start seeing the deceptive lie of the enemy, this micro that you keep seeing is going to turn into a macro event, and the whole world is going to be dragged into a war because you believed the pro-Palestinian narrative. Because you fell for their lie that the nation of evil was Israel. When really, the nation of evil and the wickedness that exists in that land is Hamas. The Torah, when God speaks about the wickedness in the land during the time of Noah, the Hebrew word is Hamas. Those who know their Bible will understand exactly what's happening. This is mass deception.